Hi guys, this is Daniel. Welcome to my next video. First of all, very apologies for not making video in the past 3 months because I was busy with my personal life because I started a new job and I also dealt with house and cars issue. That's why I was busy with that. But of course, no excuses. I will keep making videos since now, and my target is have new videos for every weekend. Okay, so that's it for my history. Next, interesting update about this game, Tale of Wuxia. Actually, just about 2 weeks ago, so in 28th of September, a new version of Tale of Wuxia called Tale of Wuxia Prequel is just released. It's currently still only available in the Chinese version, but hopefully, same as this one, Tale of Wuxia, if it's still goes well in the Chinese markets, it can be available for all the international players on Steam as well. So let's hope it could happen. And back to this game, so there's a new DCL released as well. So it's been several months, and within the DCL there were 2 new girls which you can romance, and of course there are also other details that has been updated. So I would say, since this video, I will give you guys a walkthrough of all the details that I played and how the game really develops. So I'll give you guys a step-to-step walkthrough of the game. So let's start. So of course, this one I already mentioned in one of my first videos. So no is very basic, which means you can damage to the enemy for 100%, and the enemy only gives you 75% of the damage. And they don't have artificial intelligence, so they cannot calculate from which direction and which moves you can contribute most damage to you. Next comes Rookie, so that's slightly better. You still give 100% damage to the enemy, and the enemy could give you the same amount of damage, so 100%. But the artificial intelligence is not very strong. So that's the only difference between Rookie and Verton, because in Verton, the enemy is super smart, so he or she can even calculate the following steps. For instance, from which direction if he moves towards you, and later on, it's easier for him to defeat you. Yeah, and the last one is Grandmaster. So as the name implies, so the difference is that your damage to the enemy is only 50%, while the enemy can give you 100% of damage and still act super smart. So of course I'm gonna still try this one, because based on my experience, if you want to master the Grandmaster level, you have to make sure that all your steps you've taken is super efficient in order to really beat the game. And I mentioned that I can remember that although I was maximal, so 9,999 HP and MP, so hit point and energy point, still it's very difficult to win the game. But let's see. Okay, then next is the names. We're gonna make a Chinese name, so this is Xiaoyao. That's the title of the Xiaoyao Valley. Okay, next steps. So here you can press space to select your talent. So there are so many talents you can choose. So our first one is either smart or industrials. So as the main name implies, if it's smart, which means you are very diverse and you prefer to have different options in your life. And you can switch between those severals, and it makes you more happy. And on the other hand, industrials is it's like Germans. You can focus on one topic for a very long time and still enjoy it. So let's say if you want to hang out and romance all the girls and make sure you never miss all the events, you need to make sure you're smart. And on the other hand, it's industrials, means if you want to learn the best artificial moves and you want to kill the enemy just within one beat, then you can choose industrials. And also interesting to remember that those talents also affect your mood. So if you have a better mood, so higher mood level, you can achieve things easier. For instance, your moves, your skills, your basics, etc. So also same thing applies to here. So for instance, if you're industrious and if you hang out too much and romance goes too much, your mood will be lower and it's really not help you to perform efficiently, and vice versa for the smart. And then the second one is talents about your let's say your skills. So there are so many of them. So for instance, this weapon master, you're skilled in the weapons, so you can damage 100% during combat. Master of unarmed fighting, so if you choose specific talents, so specific skills, it's easier to make damages. Strong muscles in bounce, this gives you extremely high defense rate. And casual and elegant bearing. So this one is you have your you can have this one. Let me see. And something goes crazy about you. Oh yeah, so this one you can get more affection points from the females. But actually, due to bugs, this one is not actually working well. And this one nimble as an escaping horse. This one you can so your evasion rate is higher and your Qinggong is higher. So yeah, so skills. Sentimental, you gain 100 more experience. So this one also will be due to bugs, so you'll gain 100% extra experience from art training. Actually, you won't get it, but it's true that you can get your strategy point and increased by 1. Let's see what else. Martial arts prodigy. You can combat martial arts more easily and master moves more quickly. So this one you can learn moves faster. What else? Sharp eyes and eyes. You see further and hear more clearly. Yeah. For example, critical rate. Yeah, this is also like damage, similar to weapon master. So for me, because I try to play the strategy points, use it more flexible instead of just to have some let's say stable effects. So I would say I like to choose this one, skilled craftsman. Yeah, so I'd like to choose this one, sentimental. So you can get extra strategy points per turn, and also you have your maximum level of for your arts skill. So the maximum is supposed to be 100, but if you choose this one, the maximum, so the ceiling would be 120, which is a bit interesting. And then last one. So you can choose this one, Chui'xue, which if you have higher moral rates, it's easier to damage, or malevolent, which the other way around, and also the leading big brother. So I highly recommend you to choose the leading big brother, because this is the one that gives you higher damage, especially to the end. Because in the end, the moral level is, I think, maximum is 150 or something. So it cannot, maybe in the beginning it gives you some benefits, but in the end, the leading big brother, because your repetition can be as high as 500, which is really high compared to the others. So I would choose, because I think you need to put your space for a lot of times. So I would choose smart, because I want to show you guys all the events. And I want to choose the leading big brother, so that it's easier to get damages. And let's sentimental. Okay, great. Choose the character that I prefer. Of course, this one looks cooler. Okay, cool. Sight, hearing, attack. Yeah, so those are also the random figures you can have. And also interesting to know that all the other figures you have to, you know, really make efforts to make it maximum, which is 100, or in some cases 120. But for the sight and hearing, it's actually 5. It's only 0 because there's an alien event I mentioned in the game that can give you to 100 sight and hearing just immediately. And also there's a comprehensive rate here, which is also interesting because if you have higher comprehensive rate, you can also master the moves easier. So yeah, of course, and I would say apart from those, the comprehensive rate is interesting because I think it should be higher. It's good, and the sight and hearing, it's fine. It can be 0 because, you know, although those figures are randomized, but I think overall it should give you very balanced rate. And also this one, calligraphy, it's also a bit interesting because if you want to master, you know, one, I think it's called a double strike moves. You have to make sure that your calligraphy, painting, and chess and chess, and the last one, Qing skills should be 100. So especially this one is very difficult to improve. So like this rate 24, it's perfect. Okay, so that's all about this video. Now I'll hit the OK button and let's start exploring Tell Wuxia the first time again. And of course, in the end, as always guys, enjoy the game.